Today we are going to Disney's Animal Kingdom. It is Tuesday, July 5th. It's very, very hot. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and it's already 86 degrees. We have an individual lightning lane already reserved for Avatar Flight of Passage, which we have never been on. And we have a regular lightning lane booked for Navi River Journey. They're basically at the same time. And then our plan is to eat lunch at Satu'li Canteen right after those two rides. Okay, we're here. We didn't have to wait very long for a tram. We got on the first tram that came. Went through security. They do at Walt Disney World now have these things that you just walk through, like carrying or wearing your bag. And then if they see something they want to double check, they pull you aside. We went through this at Disney Springs, and now today Ben got pulled aside, but she just took a very quick look in his little Grogu backpack and he went on his way, so it was no problem. And now we're going in through the turnstiles. Tell me if you see any photo pass photographers, because we do have magic. There's one there. Oh! We do have a, I can't even think of the word. Yeah, I can't think of it. Yeah. Okay, we stopped and sat here in the shade for a second so we could mobile order our food, which was a good idea because it was already getting close to when we, like for the times, we picked a time from 11:45 to 12:15. We're going to Satu'li Canteen and we mobile ordered our food. It was like just over $51 for the three of us, and we did get dessert. We're on our way to Pandora. I'm already sweating. It's very, very hot. We forgot our hats. Megan and I both brought hats specifically for the parks, and I actually specifically brought my Animal Kingdom hat, and I forgot it at the hotel. If you've been following along with what's happening, my dad is at the airport and he's at his gate. He made it through past the kiosk. He did have to text me and ask for some help with the kiosk through security, and he's at his gate and waiting to board his plane back home. So he's okay there. And we're going to Pandora. We have our individual lightning lane attraction, which I purchased, which was $11 each, so it was like $33 plus tax for the three of us. I think there was tax, or there's tax on the $15 each Disney Genie Plus. Here in Florida, there's tax added to that. In California, it's $20 each, but then there's no tax on top of it. So it was literally $60 each day for us. But here it was like 47 something with the tax. I got that at midnight, and then I set my alarm for 6:55 and got up and got us the individual lightning lane for Flight of Passage for $11 each, and then I got us our first regular lightning lane for Navi River Journey right after, and then we'll eat at Satu'li Canteen. I'm still waiting to book our next lightning lane because the times are still too early. Everything is still before lunch. So hopefully by the time we ride these and go on lunch, then my plan is to do Africa next, specifically the safari, Kilimanjaro safaris. Ben and I are going to do Dinosaur, and Megan's going to do Expedition Everest after that, and then we have a 6 o'clock reservation at Yak and Yeti for dinner. And if we have extra time in there, we'll go to shows. And the loud Pandora insect noises have begun.
It's literally just
Woo! This? I don't know, but we can get our picture taken by it if we want to. Yeah. We just got off Avatar Flight of Passage. We didn't have to wait very long at all. We walked through basically the whole queue up to, because we had individual lightning lanes. And then we just had to stand and wait a little bit in the one holding area before the pre-show. And it was to our advantage that there was only 3 of us. There were a lot of large groups, and so they were pulling us past the large groups. We all really liked it. I felt that the experience was the best if you really leaned forward and tried to imagine that you actually were on the back of an animal. I just thought it was really pretty and really beautiful. It does make your eyes water. It was really neat. We all liked it. It's very similar to Soarin', like the concept of it, because if you look over to the right, you could see all the rows of people, just like in the Soarin' theater. So it's very similar to that, but with the added sensation that you're actually sitting on the animal. You can feel it breathing on your legs, and the diving was really cool. And none of us had any problem with motion sickness at all. We all really enjoyed it. You are clamped in there pretty tight though, so you definitely want to try out there's a sample seat outside, and make sure that you can fit comfortably. Ben had a little trouble because his legs are so long, and so it kind of put him in a weird position, and he said the thing on his back, pressed against his back, kind of funny. But Megan and I were okay, so it was really great. We really liked it. This was our first time ever being on it, and now we only have, yikes, 6 minutes until the end of our window for our lightning lane for Navi River Journey. I'm waiting outside right now. The kids ran to the bathroom quick. We've been on this before. We were on this last time we were here, but we couldn't get on Avatar Flight of Passage because we were not able to get a fast pass, and the lines were always like 2.5, 3 hours when we were here in 2019. I am enjoying the theming here more than I did when we were here last time. Last time, I don't know why, I just wasn't into it, but maybe going on that ride and seeing what the land is supposed to look like helped, but it is very lush and quite impressive. I mean, Disney's really like knocked it out of the park with the immersiveness of the theming in this land. Oh my, that's the regular queue. Okay, we had a lovely lunch at Satu'li Canteen. Those chocolate mousse cakes are really good. And now we're sorry about the excessively loud Pandora bug noises. Now we're taking the bridge thing to Africa because we have a lightning lane for Kilimanjaro safaris. I haven't been able to pick anything else up because we either need to tap into Kilimanjaro safaris or wait till 1 o'clock. That would be our 2 hours. By the way, Navi River Journey is very pleasant. It's very pretty. It's bioluminescence and weird, slow and relaxing. Dark, air conditioning. Excellent ride for a hot day. So we slowly transition here. The bug noises from Pandora fade away, and we transition to Africa, which I think is also extremely well themed. The lily pads?
All the lily pads they grow out of the bottom.
Oh yeah. This is really pretty.
It's like one big plant.
Oh, okay. And the lily pads are all like leaves of the plant? Oh. And see, we go under this bridge, which I think is part of Africa, the theming. And then we're in Africa. And here they come again!
Safari of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now please keep in mind this is a real truck. I am really driving it and those roads can get really bumpy, so please make sure to stay seated at all times with arms, hands, feet, and legs inside the truck, as well as anything else you'd rather not lose. Now we're just waiting on some final clearance here from the warden and then we'll be underway. Keep in mind we are entering the animals' homes and we do want to make sure we're being respectful guests. I know I certainly would like to be invited back, so please refrain from yelling at, whistling to, calling out to, singing It's a Small World, or any other loud noises at the animals. No copy. I think there's 2 copies over there. They do have their party pants on today. Those stripes might make you think of a zebra. However, they are the closest known relative of a giraffe. On their bill, that does resemble a saddle. Also a greater kudu up at the very top of the hill there. On the left hand side we can see a black rhinoceros hanging up against the rock wall. They sometimes look like a rock, especially if they're lying down. Now there are only about 5,000 black rhinos left in all of Africa. They do not have any natural predators. Their biggest threat is us humans. You can see another hippo on the left hand side there. Now the birds we're seeing on the island and in the water around it, they are pink-backed pelicans. Now, like most pelicans, these birds eat fish. Their beak will actually expand to catch fish inside of it. If you look to your left, you'll see some Nile crocodiles. Everyone say, ooh. And on the right side, you can see a beautiful waterfall. Everyone say, ah. Inside, we're passing a baobab tree. Now this tree also has a couple different nicknames. One of them is the upside down tree because it looks like its roots are in the air. The baobab tree will be leafless for about 9 months of the year, which helps it to conserve water. During times of drought, the baobab tree will act like a water tank for the animals on the savanna, and they will come up and get water out of the tree trunk. Elephants can use their tusks. Other animals like antelopes can use their horns. And because the tree provides this water source, it has a second nickname, and that is the Tree of Life. They hunt by literally outrunning their prey to exhaustion, and this works well for them about 90% of the time. Giraffes will spend about 20 hours of their day eating. Actually have a mucus coating on their tongue that helps to keep it protected from the sun, since it is out of their mouth for so much of the day. There's another giraffe on the left-hand side as well. Oh!
Oh shit, it's right here to the left.
Using this knowledge, we helped farmers to build beehive fences around their crops. The noise of the bees keeps the elephants away, and as an added bonus, now the farmers have a new crop of honey that they're able to sell. Now, one of my favorite parts about this project is that a lot of the elephants that live right here on the reserve actually helped out with the project, so we're very thankful to them. Here at Animal Kingdom, there are lots of conservation efforts anywhere you go in the park. Most widely known is the Disney's Wildlife Conservation Fund. This fund helps to support projects like the Elephants and Bees project. It's also paid for campaigns to help stop the spread of misinformation, especially about rhino horns. It was a very common belief that rhino horns had medicinal powers to them. So the Conservation Fund actually helped to support ad campaigns, things like that, to help spread the correct information.
When you get off the safari, you can go on the, oh, there's some are these colobus monkeys? Are these colobus monkeys?
Angolan black and white colobus monkeys.
Okay. We're on the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, which is a loop. Oh, there's fans, yes. We're very hot. It's a loop that starts right when you get off the safari. You don't have to go on the safari to go on this though.
See the hippo? That's a big hippo. See all the fishies? I know you like the fishies.
Get up close and personal with devastating animals like goats, sheep, and more. To sneak peeks at animal care.
We are very hot.
Check out the Animation Experience at Conservation Station, where you
We
can
have
draw your favorite Disney characters
Powerade.
inspired by live animals from one of our animators.
We're going to the affection section on the Rafiki's Planet Watch train. You get to see some of the buildings, like the behind the scenes zoo buildings, really, where they care for the animals and where they house them when they're not on exhibit.
Did you know Bambi was the first animated feature to bring live animals into the studio?
Oh.
In 1980,
Yeah, I got 'em.
these animators modeled characters from the film after the movements and natural behaviors.
Grown-up green sea turtles eat only one thing, seagrass. But young sea turtles munch on plants, jellies, snails, crabs, worms, and even sea sponges.
Hi everyone, the park is closing soon and the kids are just getting a couple things from the Discovery Trading Company right now, and I just want to update you on what happened the rest of the day. Okay, after we got off the safari, which was pretty good, but most of the stuff was actually on Ben's side of the truck, and so Ben took video on that side, and so I'll be using that for the video for that part. It was very hot. We did the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, but it was so hot and I was really struggling. And so then we got some, oh wait, I might have picked up on that. We went on the train out to Rafiki's Planet Watch. We got kind of messed up with the Disney Genie Plus. And so long story short, we came back from there, basically did nothing out there except use the bathroom. And then we came back from there and we were able to go to the new Finding Nemo show, which was really good. We really enjoyed it. It's very colorful and it was so nice to sit down for a while in the air conditioning. And then right after that, we got another lightning lane for Kali River Rapids. Okay, we want to say this. We did not like Kali River Rapids anywhere near as close to Grizzly River Rapids at Disneyland. Grizzly River Rapids, we think the theming is way better, and it's much longer. It's much longer and has a lot more drops and stuff, and it's just a much more interesting ride. Cali River Rapids is really short. It's one loop around with basically just one big drop. That's it. And I got soaked. We all got wet, but I got really soaked. I'm still completely soaked right now. I've been trying to dry off my clothes in with hand dryers in the bathrooms, but it isn't working. Okay, as we were getting off that ride, it started to pour, and we ended up seeking shelter in the little place where we had put our stuff in the lockers, and we were in there for like a half an hour, 45 minutes waiting for the rain to stop. And then it still was kind of sprinkling and stuff. It's nice now, but it took a while for the rain to completely stop. Another lightning lane for Megan to go on Expedition Everest by herself, and even though it was still raining lightly, they were running the ride, and we thought about it. She has actually ridden Expedition Everest in the rain before, and so she rode that. She said she has never gotten through the line so quickly. She got through very fast. We ended up checking in for our dinner reservation at Yak and Yeti early. It was at 6 o'clock, and we ended up checking in at like 5:35, and they seated us right away. We had a very nice dinner at Yak and Yeti. Kids were still finishing their desserts. I left and went to get something quirky fixed with our photo pass, our memory maker, which was I found a photo pass photographer to help me, and he helped me no problem. And then we have been doing some shopping. Megan and I each got a sweatshirt, and Ben got 2 t-shirts, right? Here at the Island Mercantile and the Discovery Trading Company, which are the 2 big stores on Discovery Island at Animal Kingdom. Okay, and then the last thing that we're gonna do before the park closes is we have one last lightning lane for Dinosaur. We're gonna give it another try, because now that we've all been on Indiana Jones at Disneyland, it is the exact same ride system. And since we're older and I'm not worried about my little children getting terrified and things like that, and we know what the vehicles and everything are like, we're gonna give that another try. And then we're done for the day. I do want to say, the key to success with Disney Genie Plus, you have to know what you're doing. And I'm really glad we went to Disneyland before we came here, because I feel like I kind of mastered it and figured out how to use it. And every single thing we went on today, except for the train to Rafiki's Planet Watch, was a lightning lane. We did not wait in a single standby line at all. And every single thing we went on here at the park, which was everything we wanted to go on, was a lightning lane, including the Finding Nemo show. So we got seated ahead of the whole rest of the crowd. How far in advance do you think we got seated? Like 15, 20 minutes ahead of everybody else. And we were way down in the front close to the stage, which was really nice because we could see really well. The only other thing was Avatar Flight of Passage, which is the first ride we went on of the day. That was an individual lightning lane attraction. So you could have gotten that without buying Disney Genie Plus, but we had both. But even at that, at $11 each, with as many attractions as we went on today, I figured out that we basically paid for every attraction, but it was only like $1.80 per ride. So I think that's actually pretty good. So if you know what you're doing and you know how to maximize Disney Genie Plus, I think it's well worth the money, especially for me, so I don't have to stand in lines, because standing is so hard for me with my ankle. So now we're gonna go Red Dinosaur, and then we're going back to the hotel because we need to get to bed earlier tonight because we have a long, fun day at Magic Kingdom tomorrow.
I'll take care of it.